Hi everybody! As part of the garden tour that I promised, I'm just going to start off with this little garden bed over here. This is just a lilac that I have growing in front of the house that I just pruned. I just took off the spent blooms. There is a few day lilies in this bed and some Asiatic lilies. These are a couple Asiatic lilies. There's some alyssum that I had planted years ago that always comes back up in this garden bed. Little decor here. There's a daylily right here, and this is called mouse ear coreopsis. And I was reading about this. It seems like it's kind of like dying out. I had a lot more of it in the past. It's a really nice perennial. It doesn't get very tall, maybe just about a foot tall, and it's just not a very I feel like I don't really see this type of coreopsis all that often. And there's some alyssum right next to it. And then somehow, I don't know how, but this liatris just ended up here. I don't really understand how this got here, but that's a liatris, and that is a daylily. And then back here, we actually had a Alberta spruce. We had a couple Alberta spruce trees. They don't get very tall, but they got diseased, and I had to take them out this spring. So I'll be replacing this. I'll be putting something in this spot, some kind of shrub. So that's this little garden bed right here. And then in this garden bed over here, there is kind of a hodgepodge of plants. There's some dill growing in here from years past, some daylilies, a little bit of decoration here, some more dill, and this is the morning glory that I had planted last year. It came back. And there's just a bunch of ageratum in here and alyssum in here that's starting to pop up, and some Asiatic lilies and Oriental lilies as well. I believe these actually are the Oriental lilies. And then this was a nice lily that will be blooming soon. Over here, this is a really pretty perennial that just isn't in bloom yet. It's called Maltese Cross. Here is a perennial poppy. There's Lady's Mantle down here. It just started to get into bloom. And the catmint is now coming into bloom. It has really pretty flowers that sometimes appear blue and sometimes they appear purple. This right here is daisy. It's the Shasta Alaska variety. And there's some poppies mixed in this bed along with some more Lady's Mantle. The Lady's Mantle grows slowly, but it does get bigger every year. It's looking really big over here. And here are some beautiful perennial poppies. Very, very bright orange. Almost like an orangey red color. This right here is blanket flower. This one didn't seem to be affected by the disease that bothered my other one, so I left this one alone. This one's lavender right here. It's just not in bloom yet. A lot of plants are still not in bloom, but I wanted to show you what the garden looks like right now. It's the end of May. That in front is a perennial basket of gold alyssum that just finished blooming. It's gone to seed now. There's another Lady's Mantle mixed in with soapwart, which is one of my favorite ground covers. It's just lovely. Try to go up close to it. Has a really nice grassy smell. And it gets about maybe a foot high. It's kind of like a billowy look to it. There's another perennial poppy. This is a mint plant called calamint, just a white mint. There's some more perennial poppies, which I can't wait to show you, as they come into bloom. And there's a lot of daisies in this bed. There's some Oriental lilies back here that I had moved from a different area. And here is some poppies, a combination. There's the red one there in the back, and then there's the Princess Victoria Louise. I showed one of these the other day. It looks like it kind of fell apart. They're really fragile. Poppies are really fragile flowers, and they only last a few days in bloom, but they're beautiful. And this coral colored one is the Princess Victoria Louise. And the one in back is just a red Oriental Poppy. And then we have more catmint over here. Over here is a really nice perennial. It's really bright white. It doesn't bloom for all that long, but it's carpet of snow. It's really getting much bigger this year. It grows pretty slowly. It spreads slowly, but just a really bright addition to the garden. This over here is the Crape Myrtle, and it's really leafing out. It leaves out very late in the spring. It leaves out like right around Memorial Day. It looks like it's dead, and then all of a sudden Memorial Day, the leaves start to come out on this plant. It's becoming really tall.